Let's start. Please put in the comments if you cannot see my working, because I cannot 100% see the full screen now. Okay, so let's start with the first question. Okay, a piece of wire of length 680 meter. So this is AMath. We are doing differentiation, one of the application, maximum, minimum. Okay, a piece of wire of length 680 meter is bent to form an enclosure consisting of a trapezium and a quadrant, blah, blah, blah. Okay, show that the area is enclosed. Enclosure is given by this formula over here. So first, you look at the formula here. It's A in terms of X. But you look at the diagram. Your diagram has Y. So you know that eventually, you need to have an equation to link between X and Y. Okay. So the trick is the 680 meter is the piece of wire that formed this shape. So I'm going to put at the side here that all my parameter. Let's find our parameter first. Let's find our parameter. So our parameter over here, this is a quadrant. This is a quadrant. So we will have 1/4 pi d, which is equals to 1/4 pi. Take note, this is the radius of a quadrant. So the diameter is 2x. So it's 1/4 pi 2x. And 1/4 times 2 give you half. So we get half pi x. So this is the arc of this one. Okay, I have this, no problem, this one. And how about this? Okay, so this, see, I'm going to draw dot down. And we know that this is 90, this is 45. So it means this is also 45 degrees. So that tells me that this is an isosceles triangle. So this is the radius x. So this side is also x. This side is also x. And because this is isosceles, this side is also x. So this BC, you will have to use Pythagoras theorem. So over here, it will be x squared plus x squared square root. And that will give us square root 2x squared. So this is BC, BC. So in this case, now I'm going to form the parameter. So the parameter, okay, I'm going to write here. So this half pi x plus y plus this plus x plus y plus another x. This whole thing is equals to 680. Okay, equals to 680. So the objective of having this is, I want to make y the subject, y in terms of x. So later part, when we form the area, when we have y, we can easily replace the y to become x. Okay, so now let's simplify over here. So we have 2y equals to 680 minus half pi x minus 2x minus square root 2x. Okay, this is what I simplify here. What I did was I make 2y the subject. Then all the x I throw to the right hand side. So with this, I'm going to divide by 2 throughout. So I get 340 minus 1/4 pi x minus square root 2 over 2x. Okay, so this is my y. Square root 2 times. Okay, this is square root 2x squared, correct? So if I want to write out as, okay, can. I know your meaning. Oh, okay, because you see, this is square root this. So when I split it, it becomes square root 2x, agree? That's why it becomes square root 2x. Can? Yes, same as for IP student. You all also will learn this topic. Okay, you all also will learn this topic. Okay, need to shift the screen a little bit. Okay. Okay. So this is y in terms of x. So we leave this one side first. So come back to here. Let's find this area. So we need to find area of the quadrant, area of the square, and the area of the triangle. Or we can use area of the trapezium plus the quadrant also can. So I'm going to find the area of the quadrant first. Okay. Just how some students say, I have some question for AMath. We are doing AMath differentiation maximum minimum today. So if you have other questions on other topics or whatsoever, I'm not going to answer here. So we are having lesson now teaching AMath differentiation maximum minimum. So let's find area of the quadrant. So area of quadrant. Someone is asking how it become that. OSN XVM. What you mean by how it become that? Which part? This part is simply finding the parameter. So I want to find this one plus this, plus this, plus this, plus this, and plus this. So this arc over here. Okay. This arc is this part. Okay. This is the arc of the quadrant. Then after that, what I did was plus y plus this. And this BC, I'm using Pythagoras theorem. Okay, Pythagoras theorem. Because this is a right angle triangle. This is x and x. So x squared plus x squared square root will give you the BC. So therefore, BC, this is BC. So after I plus this one, plus x, plus y, plus x, and the whole thing give you 680. Because the wire of the length is bent into this shape. Okay? So that's how you get the, this whole thing plus together is 680. And what I did was I just make y the subject. So I have y in terms of x. So leave it as, just this one leave it first. Later we will use it. So come back to here. I need to find the area of the quadrant. Okay? So area of the quadrant will be 1/4 multiplied by pi r squared. This quadrant radius is x. So it becomes 1/4 pi x squared. Okay, you want anything to know about my tuition, please click on my bio. I'm now focusing on the lesson. Okay, so area of a trapezium. Area of trapezium. Okay, formula is half multiplied by a plus b multiplied by the perpendicular height. So it will be half y and y. So this one is 2y plus x multiplied by the height, which is x. This is area of a trapezium. Okay, this is a trapezium. Thanks for the ice cream. Okay, who is the Tan Ming Xuan? Why do you bother whether I'm at home or not? Okay, so after that, let's simplify here. So it becomes half 2xy plus x squared equals to xy plus half x squared. Okay, so this is a trapezium. So now let's find the area. We're going to add these two together. So my A will be equals to area of the quadrant plus area of the trapezium. Okay, so look at this. You're supposed to make A in terms of x. So this is my area already. But the only problem now is I feel old now watching this live. You can share with your friend. You can share with your nephew, your relative that I'm doing teaching math on live. So look at this one. So now I have this problem with I have a y here. So I need to change the y to become x. Correct? So what I need to do is we're going to replace the y to become x by using this. So my A will be equals to this one, no change, x. I'm going to replace y to become this. This is for Sec 4. You only learn differentiation in Sec 4. Okay? And this one whole chunk, I will put it here. So it become 340 minus 1/4 pi x minus square root 2 over 2x and plus half x squared. So I'm going to rainbow this. Okay, rainbow this. So we will have 1/4 pi x squared plus 340x minus 1/4 pi x squared minus x squared minus square root 2 over 2x squared plus half x squared. I don't do one-to-one. Okay, mine is a group tuition. Okay, so let's focus on having the lesson. So over here, so what we're going to do is, you look at this one. You can see that it has x and x squared. Over here, there is a lot of x and x squared. You see, x squared, x squared, x squared, x squared, and x squared. Okay, there are some whereby we can simplify. Do you see that this 2 is exactly the same? 1 plus and 1 minus. Okay, 1 plus and 1 minus. So this one net off each other. This one net off already. Cancel already. So I only left with the 340x here. And I left with these 3. Correct? These 3. So these 3, I'm going to simplify it. So x squared, I take out the x squared, I will have minus 1. I have minus square root 2 over 2. I will have plus half. Close it. So this one we can simplify. Minus 1 plus half is minus half. So I have a equals to 340x plus x squared minus half minus square root 2 over 2. So I'm going to combine this into a single fraction. Combine this into a single fraction. So I have a is equals to 340x plus x squared. Okay. At the same time, I'm also going to take out the minus. You see here? This is minus. These two both are negative. I'm going to take out the negative. So this one, I can write it as minus x squared. So this one become half plus square root 2 over 2. Okay. And after that, this one I can combine into a single fraction. So therefore, a is equals to 340x. And we will follow exactly what they write here. So this one will be 1 plus square root 2. So it's square root 2 plus 1. So it's square root 2 plus 1 over 2x squared. Shown. Okay. So this is how you do this question. This is a 4 marks question. This is Sec 4. This is a 4 marks question. So this question, when they say show that the area is enclosed by blah blah blah, so actually you can do the finding the area as per normal, area of quadrant, area of trapezium. Then when you add, when you form this part over here, okay, when you have this, then you realize that they want me to put a in terms of x, and I have a in terms of x and y. So in other words, you need to change your y to become x. Okay, so how do you make y to become x is simply using other information that is provided in the diagram. So in this question, they give us this 680 meter. And that's why I'm going to form the parameter equals to 680 and make y the subject. Having this at the side here, okay, having this at the side here, you can replace the y to become in terms of x. Okay? And that's how you get a in terms of x. And then all you need to do is simplify until you get what they have. Okay? Moderator, do your work already. I think there are some two free people doing some funny comments. Please help me to block them. Okay? Only block those giving lame comments. Okay, come, let's proceed. Let's proceed. So this is only part 1. This is part 1. Okay, so part 2. Okay, let's see. Now they say find the value of x correct to 2 decimal places. Okay, I personally feel that maximum minimum of differentiation is one of the type of question whereby you can easily get, because the way they ask is always similar. The first part is always to like show a equals to something. Touch wood that you cannot even solve this first part. You can still proceed to do the part 2 by taking their part 1 formula and then just do it as the next step. Okay, this is the differentiation, last few chapters of Sec 4 AMath differentiation, AMath. So over here, I'm going to write out. So if let's say touch wood, you cannot solve the part 1, you can still pull the formula that they give you in part 1, which is over here. I write it here. So over here, when they say for which there is a stationary value of A and whether it is a maximum or minimum. So all you need to do is you have to do dA dx equals to 0. Okay, show the solution for part 1. Okay, for those who are new here, just to let you know, you can go to my bio. Okay, click on the link, go to my last button, go to my Telegram channel. My Telegram channel, you can actually download the PDF worksheet for this one. Okay, so that you can actually do it together with me. Okay, but if let's say you already haven't no time to go and download, never mind, just listen first. Okay, just listen first and write on full scale first. Listen first. Then after that, tomorrow, my team members will actually upload the TikTok live replay onto my YouTube channel. Okay, so you can watch today's lessons replay on the YouTube channel. Together with download the PDF worksheet from my Telegram channel, then you can learn again. Okay, I'm not so sure what is Form 5. I'm from Singapore, but I know all these topics are definitely equivalent to IP, equivalent to even IGCSE, equivalent to even Malaysian math. How frequently are your AMath stream? Is there a regular schedule? Yes, I'm doing a live stream every Wednesday, Singapore time, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Sunday, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. all Singapore time. Okay, because now it's ending to the end of the year, so I will be doing more of AMath and EMath revision on Sunday. EMath as well. Okay, so let's move on. So done with the question 1, part 1 solution. I move to the next step already. Okay, so now we are supposed to differentiate this. Okay, so in this form, it's already very nice to differentiate. Okay, so we're going to do dA dx. Okay, for those who are very bad in differentiation, okay, again, you can go to my YouTube channel, go to my button, click on the second last button, go to my YouTube channel. Go and search under my videos, search for differentiation. Okay, the relevant videos will pop up. Go and see the differentiation 5 rules. Okay, differentiation 5 rules. So if you're very, very bad at your differentiation, please go and master the 5 rules of differentiation, because your basic must be very good before you can do your application. Okay, so over here, dA dx. Differentiate 340x is just 340. Differentiate this is bring down the 2. 2 times half is actually 1. So this one become minus. And very careful is you have to put the bracket. Because you bring down the 2 cancel, and then you left with this number here. But because this is a minus and this is like a together, so you have to put bracket. So the common mistake is students never put bracket. Okay, I have no time to go back to the last question. Okay, so I'm moving on because today by right I got 7 questions to do. Now I'm only at the very first question. I'm at the very first question. So today I don't think I can finish 7 questions. So if you need, you just listen first. Then you can watch the replay tomorrow. So now let's proceed. So now what I'm going to do is, not forgetting my x. Because bring down the 2 power minus 1, so I left with x. So now I'm going to do dA dx equals to 0. So you have to do for dA dx equals to 0. This whole thing, okay, 340 minus square root 2 plus 1x equals to 0. Do you see that I don't want to open this one? Because later I'm going to solve x. So I might as well keep it in this bracket form. So what I'm going to do is, it becomes square root 2 plus 1x. Because this is minus, I bring over the other side is this one, x equals to 340. Therefore, my x is equals to 340 divided by square root 2 plus 1. With this, press the calculator, you'll get x 140.832. So, answer round up to 3s. 2 dp. Because they asked for 2 decimal place. So round it off to 2 decimal place, 140.83, 2 dp. Okay, so this is finding x. Okay, this is finding x for the stationary value. Next, you need to determine whether is it a maximum or minimum. So usually we will just do the second derivative test. Okay, unless it's difficult to differentiate one more time, then you use the first test. If not, you use the second derivative test. Okay, thanks for the rows. Okay, so we're going to do our second derivative test. I'm going to do it here. So we need to do our d square a dx square. So refer to your dA dx over here, which is easy. Differentiate this one is simply just take this one, right? So it's minus square root 2 plus 1. And if I open up everything, minus square root 2 minus 1, this one definitely, I don't need the actual value. Okay, I only know that this is less than 0. This is all I need to know. Because when my d square a dx square is less than 0, it simply means that it is a maximum. And because this is area, so therefore this is a maximum area. Done. So in this question, they did not ask me to find stationary value of A. They only asked me to find the x that give me the stationary value, which is here. And they only asked me to determine whether is it maximum or minimum. So I already did my second test to prove that it is maximum. And we are done. Okay, and we are done. Okay, so now let's move on to question number 2. So we are done with question number 1. So you can see that this is a 4 marks question and this part is a 5 mark question. So total is a 9 marks question. So now let's proceed to question number 2. Okay, question number 2. An open, so highlight open. Open means no top, no top. Okay, an open rectangular cake tin is made up of a thin sheets of steel which costs $2 per 1000 cm square. Sometimes when you look at the unit here, you already know that they are using area. They're using area. Now, the tin has a square base of length x and a height of h and a volume of 4000. So for me is, I like to draw out the diagram. Thanks for the rows. Okay, so they say it's a square base and this is a rectangular. So I'm going to draw out a rectangular. Okay, square base, so x and x, and my height from here to here will be h. And they tell me that the volume is 4000. So just put down the information that's given to us. Okay. Then over here you can see, show that the cost for making the cake tin is given by C is equals to blah blah blah. You can see that this is C in terms of x. Okay. The cost, the cost is over here $2 per 1000 cm square. So we know that we need to find the area. So it is made of thin sheets of steel. So I'm going to find the total surface area of this. But take note that it is an open. So that means the top is open. Yes, you can print this. You have the PDF in my Telegram channel. So you can actually go to my Telegram channel and download the PDF. Okay. How to go to my Telegram channel? Go to my bio, click on my link. The last button, go to my Telegram channel. Okay. So let's find our area first. So total surface area. Okay. Parameter of base, which is x square. Sorry, 4x. Parameter of the base is 4x. X plus x is x. 4x times h. So this 4xh is the total surface area of the four wall. Then I need to plus the bottom. Usually you need to plus top and bottom. But over here, this is open. No problem, okay? Open, take note. So I only add 1x squared, okay? So this is my total surface area. And we are not done yet because this is C, this is cos. So this is my area, correct? So I'm going to replace, I need to replace my h to become x. So how? Remember just now question 1, we need to change the y to become x. Over here, you can see that, I got a h. So I need to change my h to become x. So how do we do it? Okay, look at the question and see what other information is given to us. See, they give us the volume. So we will work with the volume and try to have a formula that relates between h and x. So over here, we will say, okay, find volume. Let's find volume of this, which is volume. We know that it will be x times h. So it's x squared h. So I'm going to replace the v to become 4,000. So 4,000 is equals to x squared h. So over here, we can easily make h a subject, agree? So h will be equals to 4,000 over x squared. So h equals to 4,000 over x squared. Then now, I can easily change this h to become this. So I'm going to sub it here. So become 4x, 4,000 over x squared plus x squared. Simplify this, x and x squared can cancel. So I only left with 1x at the bottom. 4 goes to the top. So this becomes 16,000 over x plus x squared. Again, we are not done yet. I need to find cost. This is only my area. So over here, come back to here. I want to find the cost. It says $2 per 1,000 cm squared. So I need to take my total surface area, divide by 1,000 multiplied by 2. Agree? So my cost will be divide by 1,000. I put it as fraction. Multiply by my area. And then after that, I multiply by $2. See this, my area, I divide by 1,000. I put it as 1 times 1 over 1,000. Good. I know I'm a good teacher. So please take as much learning as possible. Okay, so with this, let's simplify this to make it to become this. So what I do is 2 times 1 over 1,000, 2 times 1 over 1,000 multiply by this, rainbow. So actually what I do is, where's my calculator? So it will be 2 times 1 over 1,000, okay? And I'm going to multiply it by 16,000. So I see it's 32, but careful, 32 is only belong to is the top, don't forget the over x. So this is 32 over x. And this one will be x squared over 500. So that is my C. So this is exactly the same as this. So we can say shown. I divide by 1,000 is because over here, they say that the cost is $2 per 1,000 cm squared. So I need to divide by 1,000 cm squared to find out how many set of 1,000 cm squared I have. Yes, correct. Because it's $2 for 1,000. Where did the 500 comes from? Okay, so you see, what I did was I do the rainbow. Okay, I do the rainbow. This 2, I multiply by here, it will become 2 over 1,000, correct? 2 over 1,000 rainbow with this, I get this. Okay, now I repeat, 2 over 1,000, which is this, multiplied by the 1, correct? So it is actually 1 over 500. And of course, not forgetting my x squared. That's how I get the 500. Understand? I simplify the 2 over 1,000. It becomes 1 over 500. Can? So you can see this first part is always the same. The concept is always the same. You can see that first we form the equation. And then after that, we will have an extra. How are we going to make the h disappear? And we're going to make use of the additional information over here. Form the equation between h and x. Make h a subject. And that's how we can change the h to become x. Okay, that's a very critical concept. And once you have that, okay, now you have your C. Okay, so now let's move on to part 2. Okay, so part 2, given that x can vary, find the value of x. You see, every time they ask the same thing. So I already know what they want. They want to do dc dx, correct? So let's pull in the C that from the first part. So again, like I mentioned, if you cannot do the first part, please pull their answer from the part 1 and do the part 2. Okay. So C is equals to blah, blah, blah. So now let's differentiate this. So this form is not so nice to differentiate yet. So I'm going to change a little bit. So this one, I can write it as 1 over 500 x squared This one change to index form, 32x to the power of -1. Okay, when you change it to this form, it's easier for you to differentiate. It's easier for you to differentiate. Yes, it's calculator based. Because I cannot wake up early in the morning, so I don't work. That's why I don't want to work in MOE lah. And I like freedom. So by doing having my own tuition business, I can have my own freedom to do whatever I want. Okay. Okay. So now let's do our dc dx. Bring down the 2. So 2 times 1 over 500 will give us 1 over 250. Power -1, so is this. Differentiate this, bring down the -1. -1 times 32 is -32x. Power -1, so is -2. Okay, change the presentation of this. So it will be 1 over 250x minus 32 over x squared. So this is my dc dx. And to find stationary value, I need to do dc dx equals to 0. So dc dx equals to 0. You will have to write 1250x minus 32 over x squared equals to 0 over 1. So don't panic. You're thinking, I got x. This one how to solve? Okay, the good thing is the right side is 0. So you just bring this over to the other side. So it become 1. I'm going to write this as x. So this one will become x over 250 equal 32 over x squared. This one bring over. 0 plus this is still this. Now both sides single fraction, just do your cross multiply. Okay. Do your cross multiply. So I have x cubed equals to 8,000. So my x is equals to cube root 8,000. And therefore my x is equals to 20 cm. So in this part 2, they only ask to find the value of x. So this is the answer for part 2. One over 250 x minus 32 over x. Correct. Okay, correct. What kind of pen are you using? I don't know. Many people like to ask my pen. Anyway, I did a video post on my pen. Okay, I don't know whether how you're going to search it, but somewhere. Okay, so after that, come back here and say, explain why this value of x gives the minimum value of c. So in other words, they're asking you to prove why is it that it's minimum. Again, to know whether is it maximum or minimum, we do our d square c dx square. Can do real roots, all that. Today, our focus is on differentiation maximum minimum. I'm not doing other topics. If you want, you can go to my YouTube channel and see whether I did that topic before. So let's come back to here. So we have the square c over dx square is equals to, so refer to your dc dx, refer to this form to differentiate one more time. Differentiate this is just 1 over 250. Differentiate this, I have to bring down this, so it becomes plus 64. X power -1, so it's -3. So it's 1 over 250 plus 64 over x cubed. Then how? Students say, then how got x? How I know whether this one is more than 0 or less than 0? Okay, you need to sub in the corresponding x, correct? And the corresponding x, you already found it over here. So what you do is sub this x equals to 20 over here. So sub x equals to 20. My d square c dx square will be equals to 64 over 20 cubed plus 1 over 250. And we get 3 over 250, and this is more than 0. And since this is more than 0, therefore it is a minimum c. So shown. Okay. So this is how you do this question. Okay. Okay, so we are done with question number 2. Now let's take a look at our question number 3. Question number 3, kind of a tricky. Ta-da! Okay, let's move on to question number 3. Okay, before that, can you help me to like and share while I drink a sip of water? Any tips on how to keep your working out neat on blah blah blah? How to keep your working out neat on the test? Actually, you write neatly now. But usually what I do is when you write, right? So let's say, for example, when I write here, and if let's say I have not enough space, I will just move arrow and then I just write again. You want, you can draw a vertical line down to split your space into 2 pages. You understand? Okay. Oh, today I drink 3 cups of coffee. I think first time I drink 3 cups of coffee. I think tonight I no need to sleep already. Okay. So handwriting is a form of practice lah. I have a student now. Today I'm so happy for him. So today he sent me his work. I was like, wow. I say your work now is so neat, you know. Last time his work is so untidy, but now he's so neat. And I'm so happy for him because he updated me that today the recent test that he got is A1. So yep, another A1 student, and yes, so proud of him. Okay. I did yellow code. I did binomial before, you know. Can you go to my YouTube channel? Okay, search under my video, you search for binomial. I believe you will see quite a few videos on binomial. Okay, just to let you know, my TikTok live has a lot of gems. Okay, for those who are disciplined enough, you can definitely learn a lot from my TikTok, my YouTube channel. Okay, but do me a favor, if you go to my YouTube channel, remember to help me to subscribe, and also please remember help me to like the video that I did. Okay, I know many people like to consume the video already, see already, never forget to press like, forget to subscribe. Permutation, I cannot help you. It's not within my O-level syllabus. I think it's JC syllabus. IP also learn permutation, but for IP, I teach IP students, but IP students got about maybe 5% topics is not in O-level syllabus. So parents who send their kids to me, they will have to accept and understand that I will not be able to teach about 5% of the topic. Complex number is also not tested. Integration, I also did before. Logarithm, I also did before. Yes, do me a favor, okay? You can go to my YouTube channel, go to my Telegram channel, go to my YouTube channel, go under my video, go and search whatever you all want to search. Like logarithm, you go and type logarithm. I confirmed did a lot of logarithm questions. Okay, integration also the same thing. Okay. Welcome. Thanks for the appreciation. Okay, let's continue this question number 3. I cannot lah. Mechanics is what? What is mechanics? Is that math? Or are you saying kinematics? Kinematics? Okay, let's continue to question number 3. Wait. Okay, let's continue. A right circular cone ABC is inscribed in a sphere of radius 10 cm and center. The perpendicular distance from O to the base is x, okay? So then they give me that the formula of volume of cone is blah, blah, blah. So they want you to show that the volume of the cone is this. Okay, the cone is referring to this one. This one. Okay, maybe let me highlight. This is the cone that they're talking about. So your task is to find volume of the cone. So over here, I'm going to write referring to this formula. I'm saying, okay, volume is equals to 1/3 pi r square h. So my area, I don't have. So what we're going to do is you need to go and find what is your area. Okay, so I'm going to let this be area. Then now I'm going to draw out this shape here. See here. So this is x. So this one I'm going to label as area. So now my question is, so many unknown, then how? This side is 10. This side is definitely also 10. So this is 10. So what you need to do is make R the subject. And this is a right angle triangle, agree? So right angle triangle means that you can do Pythagoras theorem. Okay, Pythagoras theorem. So it means that x squared plus r squared equals to 100. Because you see here, v in terms of x, right? Look at here. Now currently my v is in terms of r and h. Okay, so I need to change them accordingly. So let's settle the r first. Over here, I make use of this right angle triangle and make r squared the subject. So I will have r squared equals to 100 minus x squared. And my r will be square root 100 minus x squared. So when I come back to here, okay, I replace this r. Actually, r squared and this one is the same. So I can just put 100 minus x squared. Understand? Since this one is r squared, I can just use this straight away. Now the h is from here to here. Then student asks, but what is this? What is this? Okay, take note. AO is actually also the radius of the sphere. So actually AO is 10 cm, understand? So therefore the height of the cone is actually 10 plus x, understand? The height is 10 plus x. So therefore this h become 10 plus x. And you see, it's exactly the same. And easily we were shown. So, but of course, it's not that easy as well, right? So the thing is, you need to know the concept of Pythagoras theorem. That's to settle my r and x. Okay? And then after that, you need to know that, okay, within the same sphere, where are the radius? Understand? Okay? Okay, so we are done with the first part. Okay, we don't... Why does the top say differentiation? Yes, this is differentiation. This is AMath differentiation. Pythagoras theorem is 10 square. Sorry, this is 10 square. Pythagoras theorem, a square plus b square equals to c square, remember? So x square plus r square equals to 10 square, which is 100. So r square equals to 100 minus x square. Yeah, okay? How do you know the triangle has a side of 10? Oh, this one. Because I'm given OB is 10 OB is the radius of a sphere. OC is also radius of the sphere. OA is also the radius of the sphere. So BO, OC, OA, they are all 10. No, the height is not 20. You know why? Because the height is from here to here. It is not from here all the way to the bottom. The height is only from O to here. This is like so somehow a bit more above the... It doesn't touch the corner. This is flat face. Right? So the A represent A10. Let me see. Che, will you post this on you? Yes, we will post this on TikTok, but we will post this on YouTube, but tomorrow. Any advice for NSF that is going to poly soon? Should I learn math again? I mean, is it necessary for you to learn math? I mean, unless some students never take AMath in secondary school. When they go to poly, they take engineering math. They will struggle a little bit. But some school, most of the time, they will actually have the bridging course for those who never take AMath in the poly. This is Sec 4, Yes, this is definitely good for GCSE, Definitely good. I take GCSE in... I take already, I forget. I think in May or June, I take the exam. This one definitely there will be inside. Oh God, AMath, blah, 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 blah. Check if my... Should I drop at this moment? Check if my AMath Sec 4 now... get F9, should I drop it at this point in time? Let's see what you want to aim lah. Now it's 14th of August. 14th of August, you still have 2 months. So it depends on, if you tell me that your E-math is very strong, then I still feel that you still have time to can get a pass for your A-math. But if you tell me that both your EMath and AMath are like very chui, then in this case, then you might need to have backup plan to have another subject and exclude your AMath already. What to do if I forget about math and my poly course? Then you just have to revise. No choice. It's all about hard work. Last time I have students, I have my classmate. Last time I was in poly. Then I have classmates who came from ITE. And those who from ITE, they don't have AMath. And their math foundation is very bad. So when they were learning engineering math, they struggle. They struggle a lot. So they have to put in a lot more effort to revise and learn. So they ask friends, ask classmates, and ask school teacher, lecturer to help out. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so now next question 3 part 2. Where's my 3 part 2? Here. So over here, they say if x can vary, okay, find the value of x for which v has a stationary value. So let me pull out, wait. So I'm going to write out my v is equals to the 1/3 pi 100 minus x squared and 10 plus x. Right? So this was the v. Again, they asked for v stationary point. By now, you should know, I want to do dv dx equals to 0. So I have to differentiate one more time, right? So before you can differentiate, okay, two ways of doing it. Some students say, okay, I can use product rule. But for me, I don't like to use product rule or quotient rule. For me, is you see this one, power 1. So actually, I can rainbow this out first and simplify this. And then I just use rule 1, rule 2. You understand? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to expand this. So first, I'm going to rainbow this 1/3 pi into this first bracket first. So this one multiply inside, I get 100 pi over 3. This one times this one, I get minus pi over 3x squared. 10 plus x. So now I'm going to do my big rainbow. This one times this one will give me 1000 pi over 3. This one times this one will become plus 100 pi over 3x. This one times this one will give me minus 10 pi over 3x squared. This one times this one will give me minus pi over 3x cubed. So with this, it's so much easier to differentiate. I simply just need to do differentiate rule 1, rule 2. So let's have our dv dx. Differentiate this first one. Pi is just number constant. So differentiate the first term, just disappear. Differentiate this left with the constant. So I have 100 pi over 3. Differentiate this, bring down the 2. So 2 times 10 pi is 20 pi. So it becomes minus 20 pi over 3x. This one 3 bring down. 3 times 3 times 1/3 become 1. So this one become minus pi. And power minus 1, so it's x squared. So you see, this is my dv dx. Then I need to do my dv dx equals to 0, right? For dv dx equals to 0, let me check my screen. So this whole thing equals to 0. So you will have 100 pi over 3 minus 20 pi over 3x minus pi x squared equals to 0. Okay, so the trick is, do you see that all three terms has pi? Pi is actually just constant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide by pi throughout. So when I divide by pi throughout, I will have 100 over 3 minus 20 over 3x minus x squared equals to 0. And because there's a 3 here, I'm going to times 3 throughout. But because this is minus x squared, how get minus pi over 3 times 2? Minus pi over 3 times 2? Where? This one? No, this one is, you see, this one. When you bring down 10 pi minus 10 over pi 3, I multiply by 2, it will look like that. Agree? And then after that, you become 10 pi times 2, so it's 20 pi and 3. That's how I get this one. Second row here. This one is 3. This one bring down, it becomes 2 pi over 3 ma. No, why do I bring down? I don't need to bring down, I need to rainbow. Okay, so it's just fraction manipulation. Okay, now I'm going to multiply by -3 throughout because I want to have positive here. So this one, negative x squared times -3, I get 3x squared. This one I get plus 20x, and I will get minus 100 equals to 0. So with this, factorize, so I have 3x minus 10, x plus 10 equals to 0. So x equals to 10 over 3, or x equals to minus 10. And x is the length, so x is reject for -10. So I left with this. So this will be the answer. You can leave your answer in 10 over 3, or you can put it in mixed number. Either one also can. So that will be the x for the stationary value. Okay. Okay, let's move on. Now, this question asks for the stationary volume. How teacher do without calculators, yeah? No, so far, because it's just multiplied by number, it's like 100 times 10 is 1000, ma. Correct? So far, I don't need any calculator. You mean this one? I already did all the question beforehand. So actually, I have to do the cross method. Okay, got to do the cross method. So now find this stationary volume. That means I need to sub in the x to my v to find my stationary volume. So all I need to do is just sub x is equals to 10 over 3. So my v will be, you can put it into here. So I will be 1/3 pi 100 minus 10 over 3. This one is like that. Okay, I'm going to use square bracket so that you all can see better. Okay, and then 10 plus 10 over 3. Press a calculator. Of course, this one I have to press calculator. It's just that I already pressed beforehand, and that's why I know 1241.123. There's no way I can calculate this without calculator. So round off to 3SF, we have 1240 cm cube. 3SF. So this will be the stationary volume. Okay. AMath answer can live in improper fractions. Actually, my answer, I always leave it in mixed number. I don't like improper fraction. Okay, so now next. Again, same type of question. They always ask you to determine whether it's a maximum or minimum. So by now, you should know, okay, I'm going to do my second derivative test. Okay, partial differentiation. Sure, got possibility to jump from F9 to F. Depends on how hardworking you are, lor. Okay. Okay, determine whether the volume is a maximum or minimum. So, the square V over the x square, because you know that from F9 to A1, it simply means that you need to cover all the Sec 3, Sec 4, all the topics, right? So, you need to really be very hardworking to learn and revise. In fact, yours is not revising really. Yours is actually learning from the scratch for all topics. Okay? So, I cannot say it's impossible. It is possible, but depending on how determined you are to want to get the A1. Why when differentiate 100 pi over 3 disappear, but never disappear? Let's see. Okay, because this one is constant. Pi is actually just number. So differentiate constant means disappear. That's why this one disappear. This one got an x. It's just that when you differentiate, you see, this one is like when you differentiate 2x, what do you get? You get 2, right? So I differentiate this, I get this one. This one is I differentiate constant, it disappear. Agree? No, this case I never use product rule. In this case, I expand, and then after that I just use rule 1, rule 2. Okay? Because product rule, I have to keep left, differentiate right, plus keep right, differentiate left. Okay? So let's continue. I'm going to do second derivative test. So look at your dv, dx and differentiate one more time. Okay? Always point to the correct one to differentiate one more time. So now, you see this one constant, right? So when I differentiate this one disappears. So I left with this, which is minus 20 pi over 3. 2 bring down, so I left with minus 2 pi x. So now with this, what I'm going to do is, look over here. I have an x. I need to sub in the x. So we need to sub in the x equals to 10 over 3. So my d square v dx square will be equals to minus 20 pi over 3 minus 2 pi 10 over 3. Okay, I don't have to find the actual value. Okay, I don't need to find this. Kinematics I already teach there. Please go to my TikTok, sorry, YouTube channel. I think I did it last week. Go and search for kinematics. You will see a few videos there. So I only need to know whether this is positive or negative. So this is less than 0 definitely, because minus means it's even more negative. So this is less than 0. Therefore, it is a maximum volume. Done. Okay. So this is how you do this question number 3. So the behind part, I would say that the tough part is because pi is involved. You just need to know that pi is actually a number. What should I do if it equates to 0? If it's equate to 0, you got to do the first derivative test. Okay, later got one question I'm using first derivative test. So just to let you know, for maximum minimum, when you do second derivative test, less than 0 is maximum, more than 0 is minimum. If it's equals to 0, cannot determine. Okay, you need to use the first derivative test to confirm whether is it maximum, minimum, or is it the inflection point. Okay, but for so far, when I do maximum, minimum problem sum for differentiation, I don't see questions whereby it is equals to 0 for maximum, minimum. Only when you are doing stationary point, then you might have the possibility of inflection point. But for maximum, minimum problem sum, you will not have such situation. Okay. So later part, I will teach you how to use a first derivative test. Okay, so they are done with question number 3. So now let's move on to question number 4. Is stationary value right? Not the volume. Stationary value is a stationary. This is a. Find this stationary volume. This question is asking for stationary. This is a maximum minimum problem sum. So definitely it will be stationary. The maximum minimum simply means it's a stationary. They are actually applying the same concept of the stationary point into problem sum. It's just that it's not on coordinate geometry, it's on area lah, volume lah, all those kind of questions. Oh my god, I hate sine, cosine, tangent. Wow, this morning I just teach my students trigo to Akaso. Then I start to explain to them that, oh, this is only the beginning of trigo. Trigo has a lot of topics. And actually, trigo is one of my favorite topics. I super love it. Okay. Okay, let's move on to question number 4. Wait, let me see where's my, not this one. Here. Let me see whether my screen is fine. AMath trigo is more than EMath trigo. Yes. Agree. Yes, definitely more, because you have additional rule, got additional rule, got double angle, got R formula, right? Got even got trigograph. There's a lot more. Okay, then EMath is only a sine rule lah, cosine rule lah, all these things. Okay, but they are all interlinked lah. They are somehow interlinked. Okay, let's take a look at this question number 4. So in the diagram below, a straightened wooden plank PQ of length 12.5 meter is supported on an angle blah blah blah. The length of the rope BH here is 2.7. The end is H. So they're saying this one is H. So everything is already onto the diagram. Okay. So now they ask you to show that the H is equals to 12.5 cosine theta minus this. So look over here. So over here, I already know that. Okay, my H will be XY minus by. Agree? H is equals to xy minus by. And look at the xy. The xy is using this big right angle triangle, and the by is going to use a small right angle triangle with the angle theta. Okay, so now let's see here. So now let's take a look at the xy. Xy is the bigger one, big one. So for easier referencing, I'm going to draw out the triangle. Label this as X, Q, and P. This is the right angle. This is theta. This side is 12.5. And I want to find, not XQ, XY. I want to write XY. Here, this one. So my task is to find XY, correct? So based on this theta, this is my opposite, this is my adjacent, and this is my hypotenuse. I want to form XY, so I'm going to use adjacent as well as 12.5. A and H, I'm going to use cosine. Okay? So we're going to use cosine and say, okay, so cosine theta is equals to XY over 12.5. Put over 1, make xy the subject, xy equals to 12.5 cosine theta. Yeah, AMath is fun. Okay, so now I make xy the subject already. Now I want to find my by. By will be using this smaller triangle. So I'm going to draw out another one, which is a smaller one. And label this is by. H, this side 2.7 is given. This is theta. My task is to find this. Again, based on this, I have to decide where's my opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. So in this case, it is slightly different. Why? Because usually this kind of question, they always come out, you form is using sine and cosine. In this case, you see, I need to find adjacent, I'm given opposite. So it's actually toa. I graduated 7 years ago, and watching this actually made me doing math back in secondary school. Fun, right? Actually, I also have friend. My friend tell me that her husband watched my TikTok video doing the math. She said it's quite therapeutic to watch. I love math. You ask me to do math until I retire, also no problem. That's why I'm teaching math. I'm glad and happy that I'm doing something that I love. Okay, let's continue. So over here, I'm going to use tangent, right? So let's form. So tangent theta will be equals to 2.7 over by. Okay, math is not hard. Okay, but it just need practice lah. Of course, I have to understand the concept first before you practice. If you don't understand the concept, then you practice also a bit waste time lah. So you have to understand the concept first before you can actually do more questions to practice. Cross multiply, I have by tangent theta equals to 2.7. My task to make by the subject. So my by will be equals to 2.7 divided by tangent theta. Okay, but look at here. Your task is to make h in terms of this. And yes, I have cosine already, but the thing is they want cosine and sine, right? So we need to change this. So my by equals to 2.7 multiplied by 1 over tangent theta. And 1 over tangent theta is cotangent theta, which is cosine over sine. So this is simply 2.7 multiplied by cosine theta over sine theta. Right? And I'm going to bring this to the top. So therefore, it looks like this. 2.7 cosine theta over sine theta. So then we continue and we know that, you see, I already have my by, I already have my xy. Remember just now I already write h is xy minus by. So we know, oh, so therefore my h is equals to 12.5 cosine theta minus this. 2.7 cosine theta over sine theta. And simply write shown. Done. Okay. So this is how you do the first part. Okay, for those who haven't followed me, please remember to follow me. I'm doing TikTok live on every Wednesday and Sunday. And remember to go to my Telegram channel and subscribe my YouTube channel. I know math is fun, but I think my relative is holding me back or practicing. Relative subjects. Blah, 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 blah. You have to plan out your time to manage all subject revision. You cannot like highly focus on just revision on certain subject and not all subject. Unless you are telling me that you are already deciding to put aside the math, then okay, it's fine. Don't scroll TikTok, sure got enough time. No lah, we can actually always slot in some time for leisure lah. We cannot 100% study, right? But we need to balance out, okay? Accounting where got just terms. Accounting need to balance leh. Once you miss a concept and you cannot balance, that means you cannot really do the math. I mean the accounting. Okay? Wait. I was thinking where's my part 2. Okay, over here, come. Using part A, determine the value of sine theta for which dh d theta is equal to 0. Okay, this is tough. This is a little bit tough. Let's do. I'm going to pull out my h. So h is 12.5 cosine theta minus 2.7 cosine theta over sine theta. Okay, so we need to differentiate this. So differentiate this, I have to use quotient rule, okay? So dh d theta, differentiate cosine give me minus sine theta. Differentiate cosine theta is minus sine theta. So it will be 12.5 minus sine theta. So then this one, I have to use quotient rule. Quotient rule will be keep the bottom, which is sine theta. Differentiate the numerator, that will give me minus 2.7 sine theta. Minus, keep the top, put bracket, and differentiate the bottom, which give me cosine theta. The whole thing over bottom square, which is sine square theta. So this become minus 12.5 sine theta. This one, let's simplify. This is minus 2.7 sine theta times this one. So it becomes sine square theta. So minus, I'm going to still put my bracket first. This is minus 2.7 sine square theta. This will be minus 2.7 cosine square theta. The whole thing over sine square theta. Look at this one. I can take out common factor minus 2.7. Take out negative 2.7. I left with sine square theta plus cosine square theta. The whole thing over sine square theta. Okay. How's that following or not? A little bit tough here on trigo, but you need to know how to differentiate trigo. Differentiate sine x, give me cosine x. Differentiate cosine x is minus sine x. Differentiate tangent x is secant square x. So let's simplify this. And you need to know that the identity sine square theta plus cosine theta is 1. This is 1. So in the end, I get minus 12.5 sine theta plus, because I take out the minus, 2.7 over sine square theta. So this is my dh d theta. So next is, I want to find my dh d theta equals to 0. So I'm going to let this whole thing equals to 0. So minus 12.5 sine theta plus 2.7 over sine square theta equals to 0. Okay, so again, don't panic with the equals to 0. Wow, 6:40 already. Okay, power, 5 to 6. Because today I also delay half an hour because of technical problem. Because of technical problem, I started at 5:30. Okay, let me just finish up this question. Yes, let me just finish up this question. Okay, so this whole thing, so now I'm going to bring this to the other side. So let's continue here. So it will be 2.7 sine square theta is equals to 12.5 sine theta over 1. Cross multiply, so I have 12.5 sine cube theta is equals to 2.7. So maybe you can panic at why sine cube is okay. We will, because these two number can simplify to it's perfect cube. So now we have sine cube theta equals to 27 over 125. Okay, 2.7 divided by 12.5 is 27 over 125. Now I do my sine theta is equals to cube root 27 over 125. So therefore, sine theta is 3 over 5. They only ask for the value of sine theta. They did not ask you to solve theta. Understand? So answer is just 3 over 5, or you want to put it as 0.6 also can. Okay, so this is the answer for this question. Okay, let's move on to the last part. They say, where is my, this part. Remember just now I mentioned about the first derivative test, okay? Hence or otherwise, show that as theta varies, h attains a maximum value and find this value. So in this case, you see, look at my dh d theta. It is not going to be easy if I want to differentiate this one more time. So what I'm going to do is, because of the decimal point, I times 10 ma. Yeah, move to the right, correct. Okay, so over here, I'm going to do my, let me see whether this one differentiate one more time easier or not. I don't want, okay, I'm going to do this one. See here, okay, sine theta is equals to 0.6. So dh d theta is equals to 0 over here. So I'm going to sub in value on my left and on my right. So I'm going to sub in sine theta equals to 0.5, sine theta equals to 0.7. So when I sub in this, okay, sub in sine theta 0.5 into your dh d theta. And when you sub into here, minus 12.5 times 0.5 plus 2.7 over 0.5 square, I get my dh d theta more than 0. So it is a slope up. When I sub in 0.7 into here, my dh d theta is less than 0. So in this case, it is slope down. So this question, see just now in front question, I have been doing second derivative test, agree? I keep doing second derivative test. But in this case, doing second derivative is not easy. So I'm using the first derivative test. So how to do first derivative test is just put the value that is the one that gives you 0 in the middle. You are supposed to sub, usually what I did was I always minus 0.1 put on the left, plus 0.1 put on the right. And then after that, find out what is the value for your dh d theta. So all I need to know is whether is it slope up, slope down. Understand? So with this, you see, this shape tells me what? This shape is like that. So this shape tells you that this is a maximum. So therefore, I know that this h attains maximum value at sine theta equals to 0.6. Okay? We are not done yet because they want you to find this value. So how do I find this value? I need to use my h. I need to find this h. But I only have sine theta is 0.6. So it means that I need to go and find out what is my cosine theta as well. So how do you find your cosine theta? Okay, actually, okay. Few ways of doing it, Since I have sine theta is 3/5, I can actually draw a triangle to find my cosine theta. Or you want to find angle also can. Okay, I'm going to do here. Sine theta is 3/5. If I'm going to draw a triangle out, Okay, theta here, OH, this is 3, this is 5. Pythagoras theorem tells me that my third side is 4. So with this, my cosine theta is 4 over 5. Agree? So with this, I can now sub into my H. Okay, because they want to know what is the H. So therefore, my H will be equals to 12.5 cosine theta is 4 over 5 minus 2.74 over 5 over 3 over 5. Sub, and eventually you get 6.400, round off 6.40 meter, 3 SF. Done. So that is my maximum height. Agree? Okay, so because of time constraint, we're going to stop